We stand on the precipice of a world where hyper-personalized content creation becomes the norm, where anyone can produce music, art, or even entire films with just a few clicks. Yet, in our rush to embrace these tools, we have to consider the implications. Are we sacrificing the collective moments that bind us as a society? Maybe we should just step aside and let the machines take over. We don't rise to the occasion. If we can't step up and fulfill our potential as creators, then maybe it's time to consider the only appropriate response.
The old ways are dying. I've seen them come to an end in my time.
Brothers, we have a problem here.
It's the day she came into our lives. Hear me. You cannot be afraid of a woman. Or can some of us be?
These are extraordinary times, and we face an extraordinary challenge. The dramatic achievements in space which occurred in recent weeks should have made clear to us all the impact of this adventure on the minds of men everywhere who are attempting to make a determination of which road they should take. I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
Generating quantum tunnel. Quantum tunnel has collapsed. Temporal cycle has been reset.
Heading home?
I think I am home.
Transferring 311173 to container. Obtain water, plant, and human DNA to synthesize 115.
I feel like there's a connection between the two of us.
Ever since I met you, this whole day has been more drama in my entire life.
What's your problem? Watching me and JT kiss?
I'm tired of always doing the right thing, being the nice guy. Mom, no.
James Tiberius Burke! Just do what I tell you.
The planet I live on, we don't have love or jealousy. I can't take this anymore.
How do I know you?
I've met you 1,000 times.
You're on your own, I need a friend.
Tell me you don't love me.
I don't love you.
But wounds for life.
We have been here for 3 hours.
We need to develop this curriculum for our client that encompasses the high-tech nature of their project.
Let's get more info.
We cannot be touching them. Nope. Come here. Let's... What are you doing?
Getting more information.
Oh, this is not good.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? This needs to stop. Is this really happening?
Greetings, citizens of the cosmos. My name is Troy Bernier, and I'm with the Miami International Science Fiction Film Festival. And in this session, we're going to have a quick convo with Mr. TL Westgate, Indy, who is an alumnus that has broken records like there's never been before. This guy is really special. Coming to us all the way from Orlando, Florida, aka the happiest place on Planeta Terra. This guy is a really cool filmmaker. He has figured out that special sauce, that special recipe, where you just put a little of this and a little of that and a little of that. What do we mean by that? A little actor, a little delivery, really good story, some cool framing, some wild visual effects, and comedy that actually works. He's been coming to MiSciFi. He's had a film at MiSciFi every single season. We've run out of awards for the guy, to be honest. And you don't want to give him a Lifetime Achievement Award. He's still got a lot of life left in him. But we're going to have a chat with him and see what's coming down the pipe. Hey man, how you doing?
I'm glad to be here. Good to see you again. And yeah, like you said, so far every year, and I wish I could be there this year, but I can't. But I love coming down and hanging out, and you just have such a good program of interesting films that I love to be there. And sci-fi is my jam. So I'm glad that you have this festival.
Yeah, it's a battle. It's a battle, and we've been at it for such a long time that we've got momentum, at our scale that it just can't be defeated. And we just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and it just keeps happening and happening, and we keep getting these amazing films. Every year it doesn't disappoint, and they're always surprises. So this season,
I saw a trailer for one of them. It looked like they were. It was about the breaking of the sound barrier. Odd trivia fact: my grandfather built the Bell X-1 rocket that broke the sound barrier.
You're kidding?
No.
Oh,
my middle name is
man.
Lawrence. TL is Thomas
Yeah.
Lawrence, and look up Lovell Lawrence Reaction Motors. It's on Wikipedia. Yeah, he built the Bell X-1 rocket.
Lavelle Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
X1. That's the one that Steve Austin flew, right? No, yeah, Steve Austin.
No, Chuck Yeager.
No, Steve Austin, the $6 million man.
Yeah, the show, but he was doing breaking the sound barrier in that.
Well, he crashed in it, so I don't know
Yes.
what he broke. What else he broke? And they had to put him back together. But that was the classic plane that first.
If it cost $6 million back then, what would it cost him to build him today?
$6 billion. $6 billion. Wow, that's really cool, man. So, reaction. You said reaction motors or something like
Reaction motors. Yep. A little tie-in, a little bit of trivia there for you. I mean, and maybe that's why I like making sci-fi films nowadays.
Sure. Well, we're definitely going to. Yeah, see right here, Lovell Lawrence.
Yeah.
That's your granddad?
Yeah. On my mom's side.
From Jersey.
Yeah.
See, I knew we were connected in some way. People out of New Jersey, man, the tri-state area. The tri-state area. Wow, that's freaking awesome. Well, just so you know, our connection with the X-15 in this film, the gentleman Jean de Miro that made the film.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of help from NASA,
Oh.
and it's that X-15. That's a real model of the X-15. It's a real life-size model of the plane. Yeah, and it's so vibrant and beautiful. He used these anamorphic lenses.
Good. Yeah.
That it really works, man. So that whole story, we've got some really good press in it because it's a finalist. It's on the qualifying list to be nominated right now for an Oscar.
Awesome.
For an Oscar. So I want to say there are 10 films or something like that in that list, short list, and I think only of that short list 5 get nominated. Great odds. And the nominations come out the Friday of the festival.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Sadly, Gene's not gonna be able to make it. I spoke with him last night. He said, "Troy, I've taken off so much time from work, my regular job, that I can't take any more time off." And he was in Switzerland. The guy's in Zurich.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know you attract a lot of traveling filmmakers. In
Yeah.
the years I've been there, I've met some really interesting people from all around the world.
Yeah. Yes. We have quite a few really cool people coming out. And I could go down a list. I know we have a zero budget film coming to us from Ghana.
Oh, wow.
And they're coming. It's the first science fiction film released in Ghana.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a feature film. It'll be part of the virtual festival, so you're gonna get an email.
Okay,
So you'll
good.
be able to see how to access it and so forth. At a discount, of course. Alumni get really good discounts around here. And we have the film 115.
Mhm.
It's David McCone is coming. Yeah, it's really, really good. It was at the Outer Rim Film Festival, and it was also at FOTU, the FOTU Fest. It's a really good film. Feel good film.
Okay.
And we also have Escape Attempt, which is really, 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 really good. Really, really, really good. And we also have another gem to us that was sent to us, which we were like, is that really George R.R. Martin? Isn't that the guy from that? Yes, he's coming. No. So we have Mary Margaret film coming. It's just a short film. It's shot in. It's like a post-apocalyptic film. It has like a Blade Runner kind of theme. Not Blade Runner. Mad Max kind of theme. Road Warrior kind of theme.
Mhm.
And it's a post-apocalyptic, but it's also an indigenous theme. Really special, really special, really good um, cast. The director is what's his name? Judd Paul. There's this guy here, real cool man. That's a Stephen Paul Judd. Stephen Paul Judd, who is also part Kiowa. Also part Kiowa. We're talking Russell Bates territory, man.
Yeah.
Deeply entrenched in Russell Bates. Russ to man, you you were here when Russell Bates was here. Was at the festival.
Oh yeah.
And I can only tell you Russell Bates would be in tears seeing this awesome content. Mary Margaret Road Grader film by Stephen Paul Judd. And George R. Martin is the executive. He's one of the executive producers of the film. And it's done really well. Really good story, great effects, great acting, great set design. I think it's shot in Arizona, Nevada. It may be shot on the Navajo reservation. I'm not sure. But they're coming. So we're gonna really have a good time with them, and
that's awesome.
And they'll be, we're gonna try to get them to be in some of the panels because some of the stuff is really, we're at really interesting times right now. As far as the filmmaker is concerned, as far as science fiction is concerned, sci-fi filmmaking, that's one of the only genres that are really making big bucks right now. So people are taking a lot of interest in it, as you already know.
I'm in the scene. I live the life.
Yeah. So what else is going on with you and your film group? Because you got a big film group. You actually have 2 films in the festival.
I made the sci-fi or the kind of sort of horror film Flight 17 with Dale Metz. He was down there one year. You met Dale.
Oh yeah, Dale, great guy. Great guy.
A lot of great CGI, and he and I are making a new one for you for next year. We're shooting on February 1st. He's going to do we have it set on the moon, so he's doing a lot of CGI for that.
You're kidding, on the moon.
Yes, exactly. So that'll be fun. And the other one, Overtime, the comedy, sci-fi comedy, Trent Duncan directed that.
Sure.
He was down. We had our film.
I met Trent, right?
Yes, Galactic
Lineage. Yeah. Trent's from Tampa, right? Something like that.
Well, he's from Orlando, right here.
He's from Orlando also. Okay. Yeah, I remember Trent. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm collaborating with my good sci-fi friends. I'm sending you content and just having fun doing it.
Yeah. And folks understand that one of the ways you get really, really good at making film is by making a lot of films. And TL Westgate and friends have gotten on board with a lot of the 48-hour film festival systems. So every year they're making these, and there's more than one challenge I think that you participate in.
Oh yeah.
But they're always in these challenges, so they're always making films, and over time they just get better and better and better at it. And so I commend you guys for sticking in it and actually investing in yourselves and investing in your hardware, because all of that's improved with time.
Oh yeah.
So it's a great market, that you've made in South Florida, and there are quite a few folks down there. Like what's her name? What's her name? Christina.
Oh yeah,
she's also another one.
Yep.
Christina Cremona.
Yep.
And what's the other gentleman named Nelson or something like that?
Nando.
What'd you call him?
Fernando.
That's right.
But he's moved up to Georgia. And Christina is now running the 48-hour film project in Orlando.
You're kidding.
So yeah. It's funny how you make films with people and you never get out of their orbits. We're always into film stuff.
One second, man. One second.
Employees should report on time. Non-essential district office employees will work remotely. Please note, the enrollment, choice, and transfer in MESC offices will be closed to the public.
Yeah, it's inclement weather coming in for some parts of these, whatever. Oh, yeah. But anyway, so she's running a 48-hour festival now
for the city of Orlando. Yeah, it's in about 120 cities around the world, and so it's all under the umbrella of the 48. But each city has a different city producer.
That's right.
They all kind of do it their own way.
That's awesome. That's
So
awesome.
it's a lot of fun. And like you said, um, what I tell people is, how do you start making a film? And it's the dumbest answer that everybody says, but just pick up your phone and go out and do it, because you got to get the bad stuff under your belt, and you're going to keep iterating and improving every time and getting better and better and better. And the best thing you can do as a filmmaker is to hate your old work, because it means you're getting better.
It's an iterated process. There's no such thing as perfect, but there's perfecting.
Right.
And that's what you're doing. You're perfecting your work.
Mm-hmm.
So every film, every scene that you make going forward, it's a perfection process, and you're getting better every time.
You're learning.
Yeah. So I could imagine. You got any feature film work that you're planning on doing? You really should.
I would love to find the right project and get the right budget, because sure, you can make a feature for very little money, but it's incredibly rare that that's gonna turn into something. I've seen a lot of independent filmmakers at my level who crank out a feature, and it's really not up to snuff, and it's a great effort, and a lot of work goes into those type of things, but they wind up paying to put it on Amazon Prime. Nobody sees it. It gets bad reviews. So for me, it would have to be worthwhile enough with the right enough budget to hire the right people.
You
make it work.
You need the budget to raise the bar, the production level bar, and you need the budget to make that consistent throughout the film, because that's one of the big issues, in particular with Florida filmmakers. And I don't understand why, because we don't see that in any of the other states. But a lot of the films that we've seen, there's gaps in production level in the film, where you have a couple of scenes looking great, and then you have a couple of scenes and you're like, what in the world?
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, when you think about a feature, it's like 10 short films strung together. Sure.
Yeah.
You can put it you can film and direct and act yourself in everything. But when you get up to the feature level, you really need to delegate, because I can do a lot of, behind the scenes and in front of the camera work on my own short films that we bang out in a very short amount of time. And we've done it enough. We have a high enough polish that it works for a 5-minute film.
That's right.
But when you get up to that level, you need to hire a director, you need to hire a cinematographer, a script supervisor. You need roles for all those people so that you can function doing the one thing instead of 5 different things.
Right. Yeah, and it's just not easy.
Right.
You have to have the talent in order to deliver the script. You have to have the talent to know. You have to have the experience to know that your script needs to be reviewed before you decide to make your film. And
that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, a lot of folks don't. The egos, So
I mean, I can ride my bike to the grocery store, but I'm not dumb enough to think I can ride my bike to 1,000 miles away.
Right. So what's next with the film, or better yet, how's the film been received with, say, other festivals? Have you submitted to other festivals?
Oh yeah, we're getting it floated out there. It's Krista Lozinski, who I work with, she and I have been making a lot of films together recently, and we have a comedy we're sending to some festivals. That's just straight up comedy, and then we've got Overtime in your festival, which is more of the sci-fi comedy. So I'm kind of targeting different festivals for each one.
Sure.
And then for, like I said, Dale and I are shooting next month, and that's just a straight up sci-fi drama. So I don't like to have more than maybe 2 films out at a time, because it gets expensive on Film Freeway.
Yeah, we tell folks, submit early to get the lowest pricing, because there's a real big difference between an early submission price and a mid-time versus late-time submission price. You're looking at an early submission price of maybe $15 for a short, and that goes up to $35 if you wait 3 months, in season. So it's a big deal. $50, $55, $50, $60 goes a long way.
Oh yeah.
If you start early versus going late and you only get to put it in for 2 festivals.
If you have a $500 budget for festival submission fees, do you want to send it to 50 festivals or 150 festivals?
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And have that budget to travel. Have a budget to produce merchandise that you could sell when you get to the festival. Absolutely. Absolutely. People will buy shirts, buttons, stickers, mugs. People buy that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So you said what's next? Next is going to be the lunar film, the Moonscape. So definitely keep us in the loop, keep us in mind.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My intent was to be there in 2 weeks, and that's not going to work out this time. But next year for sure. I got to get back. If I get in, that'll be year 12.
Yeah. Well, no, it'll be year 13. This is
Wow.
year 12 now. So
That's crazy.
yeah. So every year, now our schedule is fixed at MLK weekend, Memorial Day, not Memorial, but Martin Luther King Day weekend every year in January, because we think that keeps us away from the club scene, which dominates the March calendar, the spring break calendar, which drives prices through the roof for everything. So airfares are decent, hotels are decent, lots of prices are still decent at this time. If we did this back in March, and if we did this in March, the hotel rates would be twice the price.
Yeah, and my plan was to take the Bright Line down, and then the tram that goes right to the JL Knight Center.
That's right. It works. The train works now. The Bright Line.
Exactly.
Well, when it's not running into fire trucks. How do you run into a fire truck? What was the fire truck doing? They said a whole load of people were hurt.
Yeah.
I guess there were people in the fire truck that got thrown out all over the place. I don't know.
I've got my dog here with me.
Hey, how you doing, doggy? Hey.
Bye.
Oh.
I'll have to put him in a festival or in a film.
Oh, you should. You should. We've got a nice one called Fox. Good Boy. No, Good Boy Fox. And it's about a cat. I'll show you the trailer. Want to see the trailer real quick?
Okay.
Here we go. The cat intercept is in the room when an alien broadcast comes in, and the cat's having a conversation with the alien.
Just sit down.
It's a crazy movie. It's so innocent, Oh my god. Oh man, it's really good stuff. So, anything else you'd like to add, Indy?
No, just wish I could be there. Gonna try hardest to finish off this film and send it to you for next year. And
okay.
I love your festival and hanging out with other filmmakers and talking shop. And
thank you.
Yeah, it's I grew up on Star Trek, so we have a kindred spirit, and I can't wait to see you again, man.
Yes, awesome. All right, well, we look forward to seeing you during the virtual. There will be some opportunities to at least do shout outs and group chats and stuff, which will be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
That'll be the week after the physical finishes, and it'll run for about 2 weeks till the end of early February, and we'll see what the momentum is. If people want to keep going at it, we'll go a little further.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Thank you so much.
Talk to you soon.
Bye now.
Bye.
Well, that was a nice one there. And thanks again, Indy. It's really good. And we'll see you next year during the virtual festival, and see you and run into you next year. And maybe one day I'll get to Orlando and head up to the physical event you guys have there. But thanks so much. Till the next time.